This isn't just personal grief, it's collective. Yesterday I had a little bit of a breakdown, just so much pain, when I saw children being kidnapped, from ICE and just the horrible things that we are watching. It really broke me. Um, but I realize we've all probably been grieving from all of this loss that we're having, you know, in the world. The old systems are collapsing, and the old identities, old promises, it's all collapsing. And I understand that it has to collapse in some ways, but not this way. This is ugly, and it's triggering all the narcissistic abuse I've had in my life. It's this orange one, and his regime are narcissists, pedos, mostly, and just criminals, just horrific beings. And so even if you've healed what you've had in the past, which I have done a lot of work on myself, a lot of healing from all that's happened to me. If you knew my story, you'd understand. But, I was married to a narcissist. I lived this stuff. And so I am triggered, and the loss of my daughter and all that happened around that. I am triggered. The evil, I mean, my heart is broken, but this time it's bigger than that. It's bigger than just my story. And I did heal from that, but I'm grieving that from everything crumbling and the bigger picture. All of us are going through this collective narcissism attack. It's hard, and I just want to say, if you're going through that, I understand. And understand that the new world isn't here yet. Obviously we're in the middle of this transition. It's horrific energy watching a system crumble, but I know that the ones who are crumbling it think that they're in charge and they're going to win and they're going to, all this. But that isn't really what's going to happen. There were systems that were being hidden. Obviously this demonic pedo, group that's been all over the world, and many times it is connected to even the police officers, so sadly, if you don't know that, many of them are Masons, and the Masons are tied to this pedo ring. Not all, I'm sure, I hope. But, it's huge. It's way bigger than you think. It's why, you can't comprehend when so many of your people, especially if you're white, like there's very few people around me that are on my side of this. A lot of them, I've had to let go. I've had to detach from many of these people myself, friends from childhood, I won't do it. Here, if you support this in any way, don't give me your excuses of, oh, it's a lesser of two evil. Do you not understand evil? Do you not understand when somebody is going to destroy your rights, do horrific things to children, and already has done horrific things to children? This has been going on for a very long time. And as it comes out in the open, we're going to go through it. As we are, we're going to be heartbroken. We may break down and cry. I mean, it's hard for me to not sit there and cry. The last few days, I have been moving, so I haven't done a lot of videos lately, but now that I moved, I was getting ready to go again and start seeing all the horrific things happening again, because I had slowed down enough after the move. And right now I'm better today. I shouldn't say I am there now, but I was yesterday. I was broken from it. And, I had to really process this and understand, I've done so much work. Why is this affecting me so much? But it is because I'm attached still to the worldly, things that are happening to the bigger picture. And that's something I have to learn to detach from. And I guess we all do. And so we're in this in-between time, and it's uncomfortable. That space, it brings in the anger, the tears, exhaustion, and confusion because we haven't got to the other side of this. We are in the crumbling phase and seeing the truth and letting those people there, stepping up and supporting it. If you're supporting what's happening, yeah, you're on the wrong side of history. But not only that, you're making a choice for your soul. You're choosing damnation, if you believe in the Bible. And maybe if you don't, then you're choosing karma. Because energy, when it's created by you, comes back to you, whatever we put. Now, if you believe in the Bible, you might get this. What you put out, you get back tenfold, right? That's why they give 10%, because they think they're going to give 10% money back. These are, facts that are out there that people, or beliefs, I should say, but right now, realize nothing is wrong with you. You may be sensitive, but it just means that you're aware. You're aware of what's really happening in this world. And it isn't easy. We are in a really hard place with what we're going through. But as this grief completes within us, clarity begins, right? So allow it. If you have to cry, cry. That's what I did yesterday. I was scared I was going to cry for 2 days, but I let it go, and then I started integrating and processing and understanding. I was letting the grief move through me, okay, so that it doesn't stay stuck in there, so that something could shift. And so I'm not going to feed this old world, because this is the old world. It's the old world coming into the light. These things have been happening in the, dark of night, not in our faces. Now we're seeing it, in the light. And we don't want to feed it our energy. And that's the trickiest part of all for me too. I mean, let's be honest, I've done a lot of healing work, and I've done it with many people in my life. I've detached and cut their energy away from me. But we're talking a world of ending, an old world of this kind of behavior. It's been going on for thousands of years, this demonic sickness. And so we're going to grieve, what we thought the world was, and we have to let go of what we thought it was, because we're seeing what it really was. And but we don't want to stay attached to it and feed it any more energy. This is what they want. Why do you think they put these things? Every day they think of what evil thing could they do next that will gather them some more energy, that will feed their need for evil, because they're being seen, so they've got to get it. Many people have stopped feeding them energy, and the people in your lives that are supporters of this, a lot of us have cut them off. But in the big picture, so they want to throw it in our faces. And it is hard, to see it everywhere, and I guess the social media, I'm using social media now, but, you got to back off it for seeing all of this, because it pulls you into the energy and you feed them. They want the anger. They want the suffering, the pain. Because if you do that, their story still stays alive. If you detach from that energy and pull your energy back to you, their story starts to die, because it's not being fed the energy. The only reason they can get the energy is from us. If we listen to the stories and pay into it. And I'm not saying, you have to do it with sovereignty. You have to see what's happening and not allow yourself to be hooked in and give it your energy and let it break you. And it got me yesterday, I'm not going to lie, but I realized it's okay to cry, because this is awful stuff that we're seeing. It is beyond anything I've ever imagined. Even though, I guess I shouldn't, just how bad it is, I guess, is beyond anything I could imagine. I know it was true many years ago when around the time of the loss of my daughter, I was very drawn to all this stuff, and her death may have been tied to some of this energy. And I'm pretty sure, and I can't go into details or I'll get threatened, so I'll just say this lightly. But so I started studying, and I had read the David Icke stuff, Children of the Matrix, and he talked about this exact time of what their plan was. This was she died 28 years ago this year. And so I've known about it for that many years and tried to let it go and not believe it. But he, in this book, Children of the Matrix, he talked about what they were going to do. They wanted the rich, wanted slaves. That's all they've ever really wanted, and them to live the way they're going to live. And now we've got billionaires buying off everyone, paying for this atrocities to take place so that they can get rid of us. And I guess they want to replace us with robots and slaves. They will need a few humans, so they'll keep them for slaves, I suppose. That's what their plan is. But, they've had this plan for a very long time. And the one that they live off, feeding off our energy, because, these are pretty demon, soulless people. So demonic, soulless people. Some call them reptilians. I call them demons, but they're not good. So, and I hate to bring it up like this in this way, but I think it's important to let people know, don't give it your energy. Try and be sovereign with it. Be the witness and the observer, but don't let it take you like it took me yesterday. All right, my love and light to all of you and my blessings. I hope this made sense. Realize, we're completing something here, as painful as this is, that we have to go. And if you have to cry and, whatever, and get to that place of this is acceptance, we are going to move out of this and we will be moving into the new world. And these people, they won't be a part of it. That's, biblical or whatever, but they're going to have to leave the planet. Their darkness, this is their last shot at, destroying us. And so they're doing it as, much as they can. And the orange one, he don't got much time left at all. Not sure how the whole cut off the head of the snake and what happens to the people, but I think they follow. But I think it's like, his followers follow Satan to hell, back to hell, and their time is up. And, spiritually and, with they're out of their contract. Their contract is almost over and they will be leaving. So that's the channel message I have for you today, along with, hopefully some integrating for you. Do meditation. Try and stay away from, I hate to say it, I mean, it's important to fight too, because there will be people saved because of the fighting for our rights, but also don't let it consume you so it destroys you, because that is their goal, to put you in fear and let this destroy you. All right, love and light, guys. My prayers are with you. Oh, one more thing. Sorry, I'm just going long today, but this one's important. For these people, who are doing this, and I've been doing this and I continue to do it, and you guys should too, because it does work. I've seen it. I bless them with their immediate karmic return. And so it is. All of these MAGAs, all of this regime, the orange one, all of these supporters, they need to get their karma back. And when we say it with our words, words have power, and we're putting that out there. And this is how we fight them. We don't energetically go in and go into the anger and battle them, which I have, don't get me wrong. Believe me, I have more than I want to admit. I can't help it at times, but I'm trying not to be attached to it. I'm trying not to allow myself to, because I'm just giving my energy there, you guys. And I'm saying this for you, but I'm saying it for me, and it's really important to keep in mind. Okay, so this is the end here. All right, love and light. Thanks for watching this.